We only get one life, y'all. We only get one. We don't like it. Again, let that sink in for a second. I know it's a very simple thought that we only get one life, but how much do you actually operate out of that? How much is that in your belief system? In our book, right, 177 mental toughness secrets, there's certain ones that they talk about arriving safely at death, right? Arriving safely at the end. Like there will be an end. We only get one of these. So, what are we doing every day to get to the life that we want, the life we desire, the life we don't need a break from, right? Is that how we operate? Or are we too bogged down with what's happening in life, our circumstances, our worries, our families, our jobs, our money, our right? Is that where we're just worried and we're not thinking about how we continue to grow to get to that life that we want? It's just a perspective shift. Remember, if you change your thinking, you change your life. The part of this that we are all going through is understanding how to change how we think about life, change how we think about our health, change how we think about our relationships, change how we think about our money, change how we think about, right, what we're doing here to get to the life that we want. Some reminders in there. To have more, you have to become more. To have more, you have to become more in every area. Again, to have to have more in your health life, you have to become more in, right? You have to become healthier. You have to become something more. To have more in your financial, you have to become more. This is a matter of growth. This is a matter of who you are becoming. Jordan Peterson in that video talked about if you're already are not happy where you are, you complain about the job, you're getting a little resentful, you're getting right, those things start happening and you don't change anything. What do you think your life will be in 5 years? Right? What do you think? Like, if that's the path you're going, if that's where your energy is flowing, is towards things that always are making you, angry or, resentful or any of those things, and you just let that persist, where do you think your life will be in 10 years? Do you think you'll have more joy and happiness? Do you think you'll like people more? Do you think you'll step out on faith more if that's where your energy is going? Probably not. Probably not. I was just commenting on someone's Facebook post yesterday that said something along the lines of, "Man, just a thought. I want to be able to, start a catering business or do something in the arts. Like it's really pulling me, but I don't have any time. So maybe when life slows down, I'll get back to it." And I made a comment. I said, "You could do great at all those things. What if life never slows down for you? Are you just going to waste your talent? Are you going to go to the grave with that resentment? Like, man, I should have done that thing. I should have started that business. I should have made that call. I should have stepped out on faith. I should have left my job. Like, I should have done that." But you didn't because we were waiting for some circumstance. We were waiting for life to slow down. How many of us operate out of that? Where you're just, well, it's not the right time. Well, when will the time be right for you to go after the life that you want? When will the time be right? When all the pieces are in place for you so you can go do the thing that your heart desires? When does that time come? My encouragement to you all is that time is now. The time is now. Let's not wait till 2026. Remember, how you end this year is how you start next year. So let's not wait until 2026. What have we talked about on all these calls for all the years that we do this? You should have a clear vision of what you want. Your heart is telling you, your mind is telling, like, what you want. If not, you need to take some time to figure that out first. You can't just, right, jump off the cliff with no plan, with no idea of where you're going or what you're trying to do or none of this stuff. Like, you don't have anything. Well, that's just being irresponsible. But if you got something that's pulling you, if you got this vision inside of you, you might not know how to make it work. Probably your bank account is not matching up to the size of your dream. These things are just natural. That just means you have a vision. At some point, you just got to go. Like you just want to, I'm just not going to try and just We're just going to get there. That's not for us, y'all. That's not for us. So to have more, you have to become more. If nothing changes, nothing changes. I love that saying. I've been saying it for years, for probably 10 years. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Again, it's so simple that we sometimes miss it. Literally, if nothing in your day to day changes, nothing will change in your life. If you don't try to wake up earlier, if you don't try to eat better, if you don't try to do things differently outside of what you do, if you don't choose to watch a different show or read a different book or have a different conversation or make a different friend, like if you are choosing to not change anything, you cannot expect anything in your life to change in you, right? Your environment's going to constantly change, right? Everything outside you can't control. That's a variable. But inside of you, the things you can control, your actions and your attitude, if you're not constantly choosing to change something in your actions or your attitude, do not expect anything in your life to change. It's just not the way it goes. Definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Having the same thought patterns over and over, expecting something different to occur. Going about life in the exact same way that you went about life 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, doing this, having the same thoughts and then expecting something to change. Definition of insanity. So for us, again, these talks are not for everybody, but for us, you've got to focus on changing something. You got to focus on changing something. I don't know what that is for you. I don't know. You have to change something. You have to actively be intentional about change. If not, you're just sitting in your comfort zone and nothing there is going to grow. Someone in that video, young lady in that video said, whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. Whatever you're not changing, you're actually choosing that. So in a relationship, if you're not changing how you think about your spouse, how you think about your partner, you're choosing to be the same partner to them. You're choosing to be the same spouse to them. Right? Coming from someone that's married, some of you are, you understand how you view your spouse matters because it'll determine how you treat them, how you talk to them, what your beliefs are about them. You can't control them. You can't control them. You can't wish that they were different and all the things. You can control you and how you think about them, which will change your interaction with them. It's all self. But whatever you're not changing, just know you're choosing that. The best part is you have the choice to do anything you want. You have the choice to do anything you want. Like, again, I want this. These are simple beliefs, but you have to believe this. Like, you have to honestly believe that, like, you get to choose everything that happens in your life. You get to choose your actions and your habits and your attitude. Right? You get to choose it. In the text, 177 mental toughness secrets, it says champions believe in choice. Right? I'll read this. It says, just as amateurs see themselves as victims of circumstance, professional performers believe they possess the ultimate human freedom, the power of choice. This is the ultimate human freedom. The freedom that God gave us was to choose. You have a choice to do anything you want. All right? It says average people get out of bed in the morning and say, I have to go to work. Champions know they don't have to do anything they choose not to do. This mindset impacts every decision of both amateurs and professionals. Amateurs feel they are at the mercy of the gods. Professionals carefully construct a life based on a series of choices they make. This sense of control increases the professional's ambitious drive. It's also one of the reasons champions appear to be so much happier than average people. They know their choices really control their destiny. They know their choices really are what control their destiny. They believe they can be anyone they want to be, do anything they want to do, and have anything they want to have. Their belief in this concept becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, which builds psychological momentum and makes their belief stronger every day. On Friday, we talked about belief systems with Dr. Darius Daniels. This belief that says champions believe that they can be anyone they want to be, do anything they want to do, and have anything they want to have. Is that in your belief system? Or has, from Friday's talk, has the information you've received, the exposure you've gotten, the observations you've had, and the experiences you've had created a different belief in you? Because of what you've been through in life, because of information you've received, because of what you've seen, because of what you've interpreted, no longer is your belief that you can be anyone, do anything, and have anything. This is why our belief matters so much. What if that were your belief? What if your actual belief, you unlearned all the stuff that you have that doesn't correlate with that belief, and you relearned and said this to yourself over and over again, that you can be anyone you want to be, do anything you want to do, and have anything you want to have? What if you were operating out of that belief system on a daily basis? Would your life be different? Absolutely, it would be. Why? Because when you change how you think about it, you'll take different actions. If you, we tell this to children, you've heard me say this before, we tell this to children all the time. And then at some stage, we get older and we don't really believe that because of the information we receive, because of the exposure, because of what we observed. It's big for parents. Try to teach parents this with younger children. You start saying things like, oh, you can be anything you want to be. They're going to one day look at you, observation, and be like, how come you didn't? Now they're going to create a belief because they're watching you. How come you didn't go be everything you wanted to be? How come you don't still go after your dreams? How come you don't? So this is why this is incredibly important to operate out of the proper belief system. Ladies and gentlemen, you only get one life, and you can become anyone you want to become if you have a vision for it. You can do anything you want to do. You can have anything you want to have. But if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you think you're just going to wake up and keep doing the same thing and then get to the place you want to go and become the person you want to be, that's probably not going to be the way that it happens. You're going to have to consume some different things. You're going to have to make some different decisions. You're going to have to start getting way more uncomfortable. You are. Those of you that are in business with me, you might have heard me say this before, and I've said it to a lot of people. I have no knock on a job, right? Again, people always want to be like, oh, not everyone's an entrepreneur. I get it, right? But like, no knock on a job, but understand that if you are too afraid to leave your job, money is actually controlling you. As spiritual as you might want to be, as much as you might want to believe in God, if you're too afraid to walk away from a paycheck in search of more money, in search of better opportunity, in search of a better quality of life, money is actually what's controlling your decisions. You're afraid. You don't believe that God, right, your creator, actually is providing for you. You think the job is. That belief system holds people very tightly, right? It does. I watch it happen. From a person that hasn't had a job in over a decade, I watch it happen. These are beliefs. Not telling you to go quit your job tomorrow. Telling you, you might want to change your belief to understand what is really providing for you. Who is really providing for you? What talents, skills, and abilities do you have that you're giving away that actually could be going towards the vision that you have? We have to understand that you have a choice to become anything you want to be. Sure, it's going to take work. Sure, it's going to take sacrifice. Sure, there's going to be consequences. Sure, you're going to mess up and you're going to fail. All these things are a part of life. But if you're not doing these things, you're actually not growing. You're not growing. You're not getting to the place. Adversity is the catalyst for mental toughness. Adversity builds character. It's through the ups and downs that you start to learn who you are and how you operate. My encouragement to you this Monday is that You start changing some things and making some choices and making some decisions that are against what you currently are doing. If you're not happy with the life that you have in any area, there might be some areas of your life that you are very content and you're happy. That's perfectly fine. However, if there are areas that you are not happy, you are not content, you know that there's more for you, then you have to make some changes. You have to make choices that will change your circumstance. But you can do it. You can be anything. You can do anything. You can have anything you want. I got to treat y'all like children, right? That's what we would tell our child. I'm going to tell you, you can. You absolutely can. The only beliefs that are holding you back are your own limiting beliefs. This quote by Viktor Frankl says, everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. You get to choose, ladies and gentlemen. You get to choose. I'll drop the link back in there for you, Ron. You get to choose exactly how your life turns out, exactly what you put into your life. Like you get to choose. And I want y'all to make that choice and make that decision to go after the life you don't need a break from. Do the uncomfortable thing. Go after your dreams. Go like you only get one of these. You only get one of these. You by you going after your dreams and failing and trying and scraping your you are inspiring the people that are coming behind you to do the same thing. You're inspiring them. You have to, because you guys are getting this information and other people aren't, like you have to go do it. You have to go do it. Just remember, if nothing changes, nothing changes. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve it. Your families deserve it. If no one tells you, I'll constantly tell you because that life is waiting for you. You can be anything, become anyone, do anything, have anything that you want in life. You just got to make choices to make that happen.